70 to 80% of divorces are initiated by women. It was needed. Currently, right now, there's no need for it.
A lot of men suffer from divorce because no one told them how to choose a woman.
Single moms, recreational use only. Many women are recreational use only.
If you know anything about the red pill, blue pill community, y'all should know that it's full-blown war. Now, I came across a debate, should marriage be the ultimate goal for men? First and foremost, I want to shout out to Hardly Initiated for hosting this debate. When I say these brothers really held it down, it wasn't about men bashing women. And baby, when I say it got heated, it got heated. Now, if you're new, my name is Charle Nicole, so welcome to you. You guys don't forget, like, comment, and subscribe. You know the vibe. Now, let's get into this debate.
Okay, guys, should marriage be the ultimate goal for men? Cooley, I want to start here with you on this one. Do we think that marriage should be the ultimate goal here for men?
Laws and regulations around marriage was different. Women weren't in a workforce as much. The relationship dynamic was different in the 40s and the 50s. But at that time, they created laws that would benefit the woman if, divorce happened, because majority of women weren't really working. Those laws haven't caught up to today's time. So now women are in the workforce. Not only are they working, but they have higher education. Would you sign a contract that the other party is incentivized to break it? Totally not against marriage. I think it's a beautiful thing. But as in regards to signing that piece of paper, that's a different story.
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man?
Essentially, you're saying you respect the union of marriage, but you don't agree with the legal
just the laws,
aspect.
just the the legalities behind it.
In my humble opinion, I just feel that Cooley bites off of a lot of people, like Mr. BOA, Evan Samuels. Now, with what he just said, confused the heck out of me. Why would anybody want to sign off on a contract that is promoting divorce? Who wants to sign up purposely, intentionally, knowing that? No one with common sense.
You're talking to a guy, you're giving him some game. You would probably say, hey, brother, I don't recommend you legally get married. That would probably be a recommendation you make for a brother.
That's not even a recommendation. I would say, hey, if you're going to go into something, you have to go in smart. First, who you're going in this contract with. Also, I would recommend a prenup. You know what I mean? So this person isn't incentivized to divorce it. Now we live in a society where women are pedestalized, and they are pedestalized in a way where they only prioritize how they feel. And a lot of these divorces is because I woke up one day and he's not the guy for me anymore. I don't like him anymore. Now, of course, there's many other reasons, cheating and all of these other type of things that's involved in to why the woman initiates the divorce.
So you telling me, Cooley, that 70 to 80% of women divorce just because of feelings, just because they woke up and decided, I just don't want to be in this marriage anymore? Have you ever been married before? Because this all sounds fear-based. You cannot speak on the reasons why a married person would divorce if you've never experienced it yourself. That's one thing that I cannot stand about single people, not just single men, because some single women do. If you have never experienced marriage, me, never experienced marriage before. If the Lord is willing, I will one day. I will not sit on this platform and advise anybody on getting married. If you've never been married, of whether it's mommy issues, daddy issues, you've grown up a certain type of way, you should not be advising anybody to do anything if you have not healed.
Yada, what is your opinion on this?
Man, I want to speak to the Red Pill Society for a moment. I understand that a lot of you men are hurt. I have every reason to dislike women, especially women that look like me. When I sit across from men like him with no substance, and it comes to relationships and marriage, he comes from a place of fear. We have to understand when it comes to marriage, it's deeper than a piece of paper. We're talking about being ordained by God.
Wake up out of your sleep. The Lord told me, wake up, wake up, wake up.
And a lot of men suffer from divorce because no one has properly told them how to choose a woman.
Ooh, say it again, yada. Say it again. That's not just a man thing. That's some of y'all women too, okay? Some of y'all women too. That's the same issue. Nobody's raised y'all to know how to choose a man. It's on both sides. Let's keep going.
If a man knows how to choose a woman, he does not have to worry about divorce. Me, when that woman was giving me 44 years to say, I beat her, I chose that woman. So when you step into marriage and you have to doubt the woman that you're with, you've already lost. Because if I'm not mistaken, God says when you find a wife, you find a good thing. Am I mistaken?
One thing that I will point out, everything that he said, definitely agree with. But playing angel's advocate here, okay? When conversations like this happen in defense for women, men feel unheard. So one thing that I will acknowledge for a lot of my brothers out there, men in general, it doesn't have to be just the brothers. Men feel like at times, and this is what's been told to me, okay? Men feel like even if you say a woman is good, she could turn bad down the line, okay? And that's why some men fear marriage, because they feel like when they walk down the aisle and they decide to marry a woman has potential to change. And a rebuttal to that, to help men understand, women can say the same about you. Anybody in the world, any two people in the world can walk down the aisle and be one way, and then within a few years, start to change. You don't just marry a person 1 year and think 5 years down the line, y'all are going to be the same people. As a union, a man is going to evolve. A woman is going to evolve. As long as you're living on this earth, you're going to continue to evolve. So that can happen to anybody that gets married. But to lower the chance, one thing that I don't agree with Yada saying is that choosing the right woman, you don't have to worry about divorce. That may not be the case for everyone. When you take your time in choosing properly a good partner, you lower those chances of divorce.
When you find a wife, not shack up with a woman, not have a babies by a woman and not claim her, but when you find a wife, you find a good thing. That's why you have to stop following men like this. He's a shack up man. He shacks up with women. I know for a fact he was raised in a single parent household. He's never seen his mother properly loved. This isn't a man. This is a devil in physical form. Brother, what's your name?
He just called him a devil.
What's your name, brother? What's your name, brother?
Just so I can be clear here, should marriage be the ultimate goal for men?
All men should strive to marry the woman that they're with. If they don't see that, they should not be with her.
Any man in this day and age with a woman that you do not foresee a future with, do not foresee a relationship with, do not foresee her as your wife, why are you with that woman? That is a real question. A lot of women, that's a question you need to pose to yourself today. If you are sitting up here either living with a man, dating a man, and you have not had that conversation of marriage, what are you doing?
When they asked me the question, I spoke truth. I did not speak how I feel. I answered it properly and said I'm against the marriage in modernity times. Pre-modernity, it was great because women wasn't really working. That incentivization for a woman, it was needed. Currently, right now, there's no need for it.
There's no need for marriage. So marriage was okay in pre-modernal times, but now it's no need for it. You just contradicted yourself. Help us understand.
Marriage?
You can't even dispute my point.
There's no
That is not
need for
what I
marriage?
said.
What'd you say?
I said currently right now, there is no need for the incentivization for women to be
There we go.
incentivized to leave the marriage.
There we
They
go.
are incentivized to leave the marriage. You seem like a businessman. You're wearing a suit. Would you sign a contract that the other party is incentivized to break it?
Like you said, I am a businessman. And I understand that family is the first business. I'm speaking, brother. You're shaking your head already.
ain't answered
I listened to you. I did not cut you off, not once. Control the panties, please. Control the panties.
Hey, bro, come on.
Control
bro.
the panties. Brother, again, family is the first business. If I'm stepping into a business to make money and I don't think the business partner I'm with is beneficial to me, I will not do business. With that person. Do you understand?
Crickets.
Oh.
You didn't answer the
Family
question.
is the first
Family is business. So you
if
will
I
sign a
have to
contract.
question, marriage is a contract, brother.
Yeah, but
marriage
that
is a
business,
contract.
They are incentivized.
Marriage
Your wife
is
right
a
now, she's
contract.
incentivized to
marriage,
leave you.
Marriage is
She'll
a
get half.
contract.
I feel so bad for the young women because a lot of these young men follow individuals like Cooley. The only thing that Cooley keeps standing on is that a woman is incentivized to divorce me. If that's what you're leading with, that means that that man is never planning on marrying a woman. But he'll move in with you. He'll impregnate you though. But marrying you, marriage license, which is $35, nah, that's too much. Because you could leave me. The reason why Cooley feels that way is because there are women after his money. And he knows that. He's in that high bracket of men that make a lot of coin. So that's the fear that he has. He projects that fear onto all men that follow him. Just understand that this is what the youth watch. They follow, the young men of today follow these concepts. None of these children, male or female, value marriage. And to be real with you, a lot of these children value polygamy before they value marriage. We are going to have a whole bunch of single elderly folks and a whole bunch of baby mama, baby daddies.
Again, if I'm stepping into a relationship based off fear, I have no business being in a relationship.
So at the end of the day, marriage is a covenant between the man, the woman, and God. So I'm not against marriage. I think you still don't understand my point. And I'm not saying not to get into marriage because of fear. I'm just stating what's true. Would you sign a contract that someone is incentivized
You
to
just said
break
you're
it?
not talking about fear, but you keep on saying, oh, she can take half and she can leave you. Brother,
Right.
listen, hold
You're
on, hold
missing.
on,
That
hold
isn't
on,
fair. That is a
hold on,
fact.
brother.
Ever since Kevin Samuels came out and stated that, you know, women tend to divorce 70 to 80%, and will come back and say the same thing that Cooley is saying. Oh, well, she'll take me for everything. Well, why would you marry a woman where you feel that she would take you for everything? If you have second thoughts about the woman that you're going to marry, you should not, like Yada says, you should not marry her. Do we have the percentages on how many people marry the wrong person? Instead of bringing the percentage of how many women divorce men, let's get a realistic percentage of how many men marry the wrong women. And then let's compare.
Are you
Refute my
married?
point.
Are you married?
Please refute.
Are you married?
I'm not married. No.
Okay, so how can you speak on this, brother? You're not
Okay.
qualified to even
Thank
open your
you.
mouth
I'm
right
not
now.
qualified. I mean, there's a few benefits that marriages get, that men get in marriage, and that's okay, tax benefits and multiple other benefits. But as far as signing the paper, what benefit does a man get in a marriage that he already doesn't get in a relationship?
Okay, bro. Now listen to me, brother.
Oh, Lord
You said the
Jesus.
spirit. So clearly, this is not a business, man. He's a TikToker. I get it. But no real man is going to shack up with a woman and not make sure she's properly taken care of if he passes away. So if Cooley built a lot of wealth and he's with a woman and he dies, guess what's going to happen? Guess who's going to get the wealth? Not the woman that he's been shacking up with.
Oh, that's a lie. You can do all of that
Oh,
without
here we-
signing
here
a
we-
piece of
here
paper.
we
You
go.
can
Come
put
on,
someone
bring
on
it.
your will. You can make a woman a
Typical-
beneficiary.
This is what they believe. Now, to the fact of what Cooley just said, a man, you don't have to be married to put a woman in a will. You don't have to be married to make a woman a beneficiary. How many men right now in relationships, not married, unmarried, how many of you men and you ladies who are with men right now in relationships, how many of them that you know for a fact has written a will or you're in his will? Drop it in the comments right now. Let me know right now. I'm waiting. Cooley, it sounds good coming out your mouth. It sounds good, right? It sounds good. It sounds like you're making a good old point. But the fact remains that that is not realistic, and a lot of these men are not doing that. What can I get from a marriage that I'm not already getting in a relationship? A man will not move forward if he is getting everything that he is only supposed to have privy to when married. So if you are living with a man and having sex and having this man babies and catering to this man without him committing to you, ladies, why should he commit to you if he's getting everything already? Now, some of you ladies may get in your feelings with me saying that, but that's the truth. That's why it is very important when you are dating these men that you make it very clear that you are dating with a purpose. If that scares a man off, that was not the man for you.
You know, I got a little sister myself. Many of us, just how life is going to go, we're going to end up raising daughters ourselves. It's just kind of what it is.
Yeah.
I know sometimes we can get caught up in protecting ourselves as men, which we have to. I mean, we have to think about what practically makes sense for us. Is it a good idea, or do you think, Cooley, a woman can still be secure, protected, and comforted in a marriage without the legal document and paperwork? Is that a good deal for the woman as well?
She could be married in a church under, the Spirit of God. That's totally fine. This whole thing, as far as the legal situation, doesn't add up. It doesn't make sense. It only benefits the woman. It doesn't benefit the man at all. And the marriage itself is a blessing. It's a great thing.
Cooley is still contradicting himself. What he said, I don't have a problem with what he said because I do agree. It came to divorces in pre-modernal times. That is very, very true. Women were not working. So alimony and all that stuff was created to protect the woman. I absolutely agree. He's speaking as if all men are in his position. That's the advice that he's dishing out. It's fear-based and it's poisonous.
What about the selection process?
What you
about
mean?
choosing the right woman? How much do you think that factors into it?
A man choosing the right woman is everything. A man needs to have discernment. Like, this is the thing. Women want a man to protect and provide for them and to take a bullet for, right? That's what they want. They want a leader. The man should find a woman that's worth taking a bullet for, a very submissive woman, a feminine woman, a woman that's going to cheerlead him on, a woman that's going to be by his side.
A leader does not need anyone to cheerlead them on. They just lead. They just lead.
Boom. Women need to know the difference. Men need to know the difference. A leader is just going to lead. If a man is a leader, that's all he's going to do. He doesn't need a woman to push him or cheerlead him on to lead. A leader will just do just that.
It is a lot of men that that have fear around marriage. What does that say?
And this is what men need to do. If you have to question the woman that you're with, you need to go back into healing. We are responsible for the women that we bring into our lives. And as the brother said, men are leaders. And we lead in the good and the bad. And real leaders take full accountability for everything that goes on in their life. So if you chose the wrong woman, it's your fault.
A lot of people that have this pre-modernity mindset where they really haven't had any dating experience dating modern day women. So they could be given bad advice because they don't know the game and how women operate with social media being out now, right? So there's men out there that they could be given advice, but it's like some old school advice. Like, it really doesn't work. But if you're getting game from a guy where he's more modern and he actually has a good relationship, that may work. And
We have to stop giving game and start giving real life instructions.
Yes.
Because a marriage doesn't fall under relationship, it falls under God. And this is something he can't understand because he's not married. Marriage is 100% spiritual.
That's
it's
true.
spiritual, which removes all fear. When you're walking with God in the direction of God, fear flees. The devil flees. So you don't have to question, is this woman going to leave with half? It doesn't work like that. My brothers, you have to stop following these internet. They're gimmicks. These aren't real people. They're characters. This is a character he's playing. This is not who he truly is. A real man stands on business for his woman. And if you're willing to take a bullet for her, what's a contract, brothers? This
Facts.
isn't game. This is instructions laid down by God. I don't care if it's the internet, TikTok, Instagram. If you're following the instructions of God, you will never be led astray. This isn't game. These are instructions.
A lot of men are not spiritually aligned. A lot of brothers don't know where they're going. What keeps a man in line when he is losing it? What is his foundation to keep him grounded? Ladies, stop following men that aren't following something. Although I heavily believe in God, everybody follows different things. I'm not a woman of God that judges people and say, oh, you're not following God, so you're going to HE double hockey sticks. I'm not like that. I don't judge like that. Some people follow God, some people follow Allah. To me, all of it is God, okay? End of the day, if a man does not have a practice in his life that keeps him spiritually aligned, why are you trying to follow him?
All of us here agreeing that marriage is a covenant under God, and it is spiritual. You said that many times. Do you think that a man that does not have a spiritual foundation can have any success in marriage?
Never. A man has to be grounded. I don't care how you pray, but you need to pray. If you're not talking to God or you fell through hard times or forgot to talk to God, you have to start communicating with God.
how do you know if you're actually following in the spirit of God and not the devil? Or receive the Holy Ghost? Actually, I'm sorry. Let's start from the beginning. What religion are you?
And see, with stuff like that, Cooley's making a joke of it because who is your God, Cooley? Who do you pray to? Men and women, you have to be mindful of who you follow on this internet.
Very controversial take from my man David Cooley here that has really caught fire and ablaze. So
Yep.
we really need to get into this here. Are single moms for recreational use?
Hold on, can y'all find a clip, please? Can y'all find a clip?
We got that one.
You would have got the full context, but it's clipped up. So a clip doesn't do anything. I'm here, I'll give you the answer.
Go ahead,
You feel
Lai.
what I'm saying? So when you're asking a question, are single moms recreational use only? Many women are recreational use only, right?
What?
That's what we say.
What?
And under the context of recreational use only, this is when guys send in super chats on my podcast and they're asking certain questions, right? And the women on the podcast is even asking certain questions because they're dating and having sex outside of a relationship and they're being promiscuous. Let's just peel the layer back. It means that, well, how did this, let me say it this way.
Yeah, get your
Preface
thoughts
it with,
together.
we're looking at single moms or women with tattoos or strippers or OnlyFans girls. When you peel back that layer, it's like, okay, it's the assumption of that she was promiscuous. A woman that had a baby by a man, if she's a single mother, a lot of people would assume that, okay, maybe she just got knocked up and had a one-night stand. Like in the man's mind, he's assuming that she's been promiscuous. So that's what we mean by recreational use only. But in regards to single moms recreational use only, it's under the context that the woman is promiscuous. So it means like, don't wife up a chick that's out here being promiscuous and being knocked up by random men. Just like don't knock up a chick. Don't wife up a chick that's out here has an OnlyFans on a stripper pole and so forth and so forth.
All
So
right.
that's what-
Okay, stop. Enough with the lie. I'm about to pull it up right now. Because I watched it. It's 19 minutes. I watched it. That is not, although, yes, what he just said is correct, but that is not how that happened. That's not what you meant. In that clip, it was not out of context. It was just as bad as how it sounded. No, sir. Because I got the receipt. No, hold on. I'm going to pull up the receipt for y'all.
Why do you say single moms are damaged goods?
Because if we're single mothers, we obviously, like, I don't know about, y'all, but we go through the ringer. Like, I don't want to get too involved in my
Yeah, listen,
feel, no.
listen, I got you. Listen, single moms, to answer your question directly, like I said,
I don't think it's a bad thing.
recreational use only.
No.
Do you guys know what that means?
Are you serious?
Recreational use only. Especially if you up in your ages in your 30s. Recreational use only.
Do you mean like hit it and quit it?
Yes,
Recreational use.
recreational use only meaning you won't use any for sex, that's it.
Time out. Let's reverse it real quick to you.
All right.
What is broke guys good for? Recreational use only.
But if you're broke as a male, you have the opportunity to level up, but you're not wanting to. As a single mom, you don't know what I had gone through. And sometimes we don't even choose to be a single mom. It's like a man shows you that he's something, right? You get to know him. You have a kid by him. And when you're saying that we're choosing to have a kid
let's
by
pick
him.
one. A man can't have sex with you unless you grant access to sex. Straightforward,
Right, when
not
you're married
scattered.
to somebody and you're having sex, you're choosing to give that person
let
your
me
body.
Finish, let me finish.
There's nothing wrong with that.
Since you choose who you have sex
You're
with.
having sex with your husband.
Yeah,
Uh-huh.
and then things in the relationship happens.
Change.
Let's
Shit
say
happens.
it changed.
See, he
Things
can't-
happen. Life sometimes,
Exactly.
right? Well, who normally breaks up with the relationships? You're
It all
going based off.
See? Prime example, there's your receipt. That's his fallback. He falls back on that in every conversation because he has no experience. He has had no experience as a husband. He cannot speak on that. In any debate, he is always going to fall back on that. Like I said, the moment that somebody actually does some deep research as to the percentage of how many men marry the wrong women, he ain't gonna have no rebuttal to that. Men and women, like I said already, tend to not marry the right people. That's why we have a high divorce rate, because people are not choosing the right people. They're getting married for the wrong reason. They're getting married for the show, getting married for the bag. It was exactly what he said it was. Single mothers are recreational use only.
That's what I mean by that. I'm not actually calling single moms recreational use only. I'm saying that those women that want these type of men, it's a high probability you're not going to get them, and they're only going to have sex with you and nothing else.
Ladies, one way to spot a man not to be with, they're never consistent with what comes out of their mouth.
That was a freaking mess. I'm sorry. But honestly, a lot of the younger generation of men wanted to see Cooley debate because Cooley has a huge following right now, which is very scary because it's a lot of young men out here that take advice from Cooley. Now, Cooley saying earlier in the debate that he actually coaches married couples. A scary thing to know. But other than that, I feel like there were good points made. Instead of them using this to be an epic debate, not only help men, but help women understand. These two men made it more about them. It was all about the insults. These are the conversations that I want to hear. There's a lot of conversations that Black women in general, yes, but Black women need to hear, because these are conversations that we normally are not privy to hearing. A lot of us are living in Deluluville. Unfortunately, within the Black community, Black men don't feel safe enough to be vulnerable with their own women. We have to figure out why, because a lot of times we make it all about us, instead of asking our men. And a lot of women tend to take offense when a man is honest with her. Well, we reached the end of the video, you guys. I want to thank you so much for coming to check out your girl. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed today's video because I really enjoyed recording it. Don't forget, like, comment, and subscribe. I will catch you guys in the next video.